There is a lot of film, a lot of film of basically JFK riding a motorcycle through England and France and all that kind of thing, surrounded by bikers. Basically, JFK, um, past Nixon, pretty much had a very large bike following and was basically kind of tied into the Hells Angels motorcycle group. The Hells Angels motorcycle group would later on say we had nothing to do with it, just like Nixon would, pretty much. But basically, JFK would go to Europe and basically kill a whole bunch of people, or buy or use, or just take a whole bunch of motorcycles and then release them in the United States as basically motorcycles for his people, whatever. Anyway, they were German motorcycles or whatever. Basically, it's the start of Hell's. I mean, Nixon really got around. I mean, JFK got around like you wouldn't believe. I mean, we tracked him here, we tracked him there. I was after him basically, and pretty much, he was an honorary member of the Harvard and Yale whatever group, but basically, I mean, pretty much he was just printing money basically and giving money to people, and living like this fantasy life that led to war and death and blowing up every living thing on on the earth in year 2000. So Y2K. I'm trying to blame it on what's called, like I said, his supposed assassination, which was basically just a clone, or his brother dying, one of his brothers. He had like 8 brothers, which were just clones of him. Um, he came up with a brilliant idea of creating clones. So while there was an older 40-year-old guy that was Nixon, he had a whole bunch of younger teenage and 20-year-old versions of himself running around. And one of them was shot in 1963. Jimmy Carter was also 2 people that were following the same basically path. Um, had his own little psychopath group. Anyway, I'm not exactly sure who's worse, Nixon or Jimmy Carter. And to tell you the truth, it's like their mom and dad had sex together. It's like their brother and sister had sex and had them basically. Um, but basically, they did a whole bunch of really horrible things on this earth and whatever, and it led to this big nightmare and cover up, and it involves Bush family. They're all like one big weird group. Anyway, yeah, I don't really, it was something that happened, it involved a lot of different areas, and pretty much, I guess, is a momentary thing, really, other than the fact that they try and do space war onto other galaxies and stuff. And personally, like I say, having knowledge of everything that they're doing and everything that they did and everything that they were a part of, it's like, give me a gun. Yeah, I'm done. Not even worth trying to live with that psychopath around, with those psychopaths around. They are just like way, way gone.